Another episode of Damn Right I Got Knives here. To start off with, we're listening to this, Sandy Bull, Inventions. He was kind of a psychedelic, folk, experimental, classical, played a lot of different stringed instruments. This is a nice vinyl pressing of it here. Not in the greatest condition, but it's hard to find these in perfect condition. Vanguard Records. This was released in 1965. He was born in 1941 and passed away in 2001, leaving us with some great records. And this is one that I really like of his. It's one of his early ones. This was his second record, I think it was. He played like the pedal steel, banjo, other stringed instruments, and he would kind of loop things at times, and that was kind of part of his deal, made it more psychedelic than folky. But he plays with this kind of classical feel, and what feels like a nylon string guitar that I'm hearing, which I believe is that right there. This is a great photo of him holding the different instruments. If you come across this, they're not terribly expensive, and it's really great listening for just hanging around the house and doing stuff like knife reviews. Sandy Bull. Please remember to like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate that. All right, moving along. Drinking this. It was a gift from our friends down the street. Meteoro Mezcal. Joven means meteor, and you can see the little meteor shooting through the O there. Cool packaging, a nice story on the back. My wife made margaritas tonight with this, and I got some footage of that, and you'll be able to see it now. This right now. We're here with the drink. Cheers. It's good. Definitely can taste that smokiness, but I taste the orange and I taste the lime and lemon. Our neighbor, who owns a tequileria and taco shop, they also sell bottles of tequila there, kind of specializing in mezcal, tequilas, gave us this bottle for feeding their frogs and watering their garden while they're on a trip. So totally unnecessary, but thank you so much for giving us this awesome bottle of mezcal. It says here 45% alcohol, 100% agave. Pure little taste together here.
Yes, please.
It comes with this cool little rubberish feeling cork. Let's just do a little baby one because we still have our drinks to enjoy. How do you feel about your drink?
I love it. Mezcal is smoky by nature, but all the fresh citrus really kind of enhanced the smokiness, but balanced it out in a way that allowed it to be palatable, maybe.
Yeah.
I think some people really don't like mezcal. I like the smokiness.
I'm not a big fan of like smoky things. It has to be light and really right, and this is working in the margarita. You looked up something, which we'll post down in the description.
It was just fresh OJ, fresh squeezed lime, lemon, and then I did a honey simple syrup. That's
Okay.
it. Some salt.
Let's try this like this though. Ooh-wee.
Hoo-hoo.
That's definitely has more of a kick like that. I'm sure people drink this straight day and night.
I'm sure they do.
Oof, that's good. What is it? It's made in...
Now I'm just curious about those other words you were talking about. Oaxaca.
It's made in Oaxaca. Apparently it's named after the legend of a mescalero who used a meteor crater as the oven for cooking his agave. It's made with traditional Oaxacan production methods. So I guess this is all supposedly hand-picked agave, roasted in oven pits. Yeah, thank you, April and Aaron, Logan, for the gift. Thank you for making these drinks. Did we talk about the knife at all?
Not yet.
Not yet. We didn't talk about the knife. How did it feel when you were cutting? You had never used this knife before.
It's a bushcraft, is that correct?
Yeah, not a Bushwick. It's a bushcraft knife.
I kept making the mistake. No, I've never used that knife before. It's very outdoorsy, and we decided to use it for citrus tonight. To cut all three was very... I mean, not an ideal chef's knife.
It has that thing that you like going on here where it's a little bit carved out, so you can actually use...
There's a nice grip on the handle.
This knife gave me my worst cut that I've had out of all my knives. Every time I use this knife, I'm a little bit afraid. It has me in fear a little bit because it cut me good. It's the sharpest knife I've had out of a box. It was the night I got it, and I just went to go wipe it down, and it cut through the rag I was doing and into my finger. I mean,
Yay.
Yeah. I mean, it taught me a little lesson. It was like, look out, buddy. I will cut you.
Is there a word out there, and maybe someone knows that kind of translates to...
Yeah, maybe somebody can tell us. What's another word for cuts like butter? Come on, give us a better phrase.
We don't want that anymore.
Yeah. But we also wanted to talk a little bit about our friend's place that gave us this. It's called Cantina Mayahuel. I'm going to put a link to it in the description, to his restaurant and his tequila bar there. Definitely, if you're in San Diego, it's a place to stop by and have an amazing meal. It's really relaxed. It's not fancy. It's really authentic. Probably going to be able to try something at this place that you haven't tried before. Thank you for making the drink. Cheers. Please remember to like and subscribe and all that good stuff. I thought I'd box it back up to show you guys, even though you kind of caught a glimpse of it earlier. It came wrapped up in this. Everything was a lot nicer. I've done some things to it. Came with a leather sheath, and I did this weird concoction of a clip on it just to see, but I'm probably just gonna take that all apart. I also bought from them a fire rod. Looks really great in there with a very similar material that's on the handle of this knife. So let's go ahead and take a look at it here. First of all, the box. Yeah, normal little cardboard box. Nice sticker. Nothing really much to say about the box. I don't think this knife is about the box. This is just any old box. But it's cool that they wrap it carefully. They take a lot of care. This knife is 100% handmade by LT Wright Knives. This is the JX2 Jessmuk 3V. I put this on there just to be able to hold it a little. I kind of measured and made my own that felt right for when I was holding it, just to not slip. I can also put it here and get a little bit more leverage with it. I just think the way this knife is made is absolutely beautiful. A full tang all the way through. And these angles are super right angles. There's nothing rounded about them, and they make it really easy if you're using a fire rod to create some fire. Bam, there it is in my house. Made it a little smoky on the knife now, but nothing bad. Kind of like to imagine that he would be out there bushcrafting with this knife, maybe having a beer, playing his guitars, sitting at a campsite, whittling something, maybe building a guitar. Kind of could see him using this knife and appreciating it. Maybe I'm crazy. I've sharpened it once. I barely have used this knife. I've used it maybe 2 or 3 times in the yard. I've never taken it camping or anything yet, but I do plan to. Nice sheath right there, and that goes on your belt. Really nice, thick leather, done really well. There's a logo right there. And the LT Wright logo is that little house there, which I really like. Has some other markings there, the X logo there as well. You can see there. So I always treat it with respect. The overall length is 9.85 inches. The blade length is 4.85. Blade thickness is 0.12. Blade steel is CPM 3V. Blade style is the clip point. The handle material is a black canvas micarta. This knife has a great grip when you hold that knife. It feels really good. Handle thickness is 0.9, and the weight of this is 8.6 ounces. You feel it in your hands. Made in the USA. I really liked the shape of this when I was looking at all their different knives. This one definitely appealed to me the most. I mean, that belly for cutting is pretty amazing. You know, as far as a bushcraft knife around a campsite, building things, you can definitely use this. But I might like something a little longer if I was splitting logs. I might just use an axe. I don't think I would necessarily turn to this for splitting logs. Maybe fillet a fish, stuff like that. Prepping food. These fisheye bolts are just beautiful. I mean, look at those. This thing is built like a tank. What do we compare this to? All right, let's compare it to Paramilitary 2. That gives everybody a good idea. I'm just throwing out some ideas here. A Benchmade Bug Out 940. Benchmade. Maybe this Microtech LUDT. And just for fun, this hasn't made an appearance yet, but look at how used this is. This is my old produce knife when I worked at a produce store. I had this knife cut and made, cut the tip off an old blade, and I used the heck out of this thing, and then it sat in a toolbox for a long time. I've just kept it around, and I never bothered cleaning it up because it has a story, it has a lot of character. I kind of even put my own scraping on there to give it a little bit more grip when I was doing things, which didn't really do a whole heck of a lot. But there's that guy. All right, let's put these away. I'm imagining it's probably still sharp. Here it is. Let's put it up against the paper test. Yeah, sharp, very sharp. I think I need to get that little nick out of there because it does hang up a little bit right in here somewhere. But it's really, really sharp. All right, let's put this away. There it is. Remember to like and subscribe. Damn right I got knives signing out. Thank you guys, and I'll see you next time.